Hi, Mika. Hi, Vilma.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Um, how are you guys? I'm fine this morning. Happy Tuesday.
I know, happy Tuesday.
So, just so you guys all know, oh, here comes Kevin. Let me wait for Kevin and Kiri. And then see if he's on. Good morning, Kevin. Are you on?
Good morning. Yes.
Morning.
Hi.
So good morning. Good morning. I wanted to let everybody know, in case you didn't already know, that it's Mark's birthday today.
Oh,
So I've given him the day off. I don't know that he's going to pop in or not. But when you get a chance, please wish him a happy birthday. And this for Vilma, because I don't know if you've joined us for TransactionOne before or not. Everybody say hi to Vilma. She's a newer agent in our office.
Hi, Vilma. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yay. And so Vilma and I have known each other for a couple of years now, as I've been staying in touch with her while she was getting her license. But the previous office I was at was too far away for her. So she had joined a different office, which wasn't going very well. And we got reconnected recently, and she found I told her that I had moved to this office, which was much closer for her. So yay, now we're working together. So excited to have Vilma as part of our team and family here. So Vilma, just so you know, this isn't going to be a typical TransactionOne meeting, because we've pretty much finished our curriculum for this time around for TransactionOne, and we're shifting to Ignite, which starts next Monday. And so I wanted to take time today to make sure you guys know how to get to all the Ignite materials. That's one of the things I want to do with you today. We have some great teachers lined up for Ignite. One of the cool things about KW is that our top agents who are really good at certain skills give back of their time by teaching and showing you and sharing what they do. And it goes along with my favorite term at KW, which is R&D, which typically stands for research and development. And at KW, what does it stand for? Does anybody remember? Rip off and duplicate. Rip off and duplicate. So what's cool is you get to learn from the top agents who are teaching in skills sets that they're really good at, and then you get to pick what they're doing. We have a very open and sharing culture at KW compared to other companies where top agents won't tell you anything they're doing, because they don't live in a world of abundance, and they're afraid that you're going to get better than they are and steal all their business. And we live in a much more abundant world at KW. So typically, we're talking about contracts and buyer and seller presentations and the contracts that go along with it and all those new agent skills. But you're going to get a whole month of that this coming month in October through Ignite. So you're going to get that, and then we'll repeat TransactionOne again starting in November. So today, and I think if we feel like we've gotten through all of your questions today, I wanted to just leave it open for questions and see if you had any scenarios. And then I want to show you how to get to all your Ignite materials so that you can be prepared and ready to go. And then if we're good, then we're not even going to meet tomorrow. We'll just give everybody the day off tomorrow. Okay. Do you guys have any scenarios that are coming up or questions that you have that you'd love to pose to me or the group?
This is going to sound, I don't know, this is a question I had. Yesterday, there was a property on active and showed a previous client, and then another client saw it and was interested. So now I have two clients that are potentially interested in the same property. What would you say be the best way to handle that?
It's a great question. Before I give you my answer, what are your thoughts on that, Kevin? Well, what do you think you're supposed to do?
So there's my wife and I. So we're two agents, and being able to represent both of them, with a wall of separation where we don't hear the other side of if they go to bid, would be to to represent one as best as possible, and just say, Carrie, you were responsible for the other one, and I will be responsible for her, and then we'll just go to the offer table and see who wins.
And at this point, you don't know if they're both interested in looking at, but you don't know if they're both interested in writing an offer yet.
Right. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the selling agent on the phone, the seller's agent, and kind of find out how many offers there are. The new client is basically saying, if there's like 4 or 5 offers on it, she's like, I don't have a chance. It's going to go way out of my budget. And the other ones are kind of in the same boat. They're like, if there's too much competition, we're only offering up to a certain point.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to be the last time that happens to you, especially when we have such little inventory and you're an active agent and you have more than one buyer you're working with. And it's definitely happened in my career. And so so we have that fiduciary responsibility, and we also have our code of ethics in real estate that says we have to be, maintain a high level of ethics. And so what that means is you're not allowed to write an offer for more than one person on a property. You can only write one offer. So what I've done in the past is I've always said, okay, whichever one came to me first is the one I'm going to represent, because that just feels like the fairest way to do it. So that my clients aren't like, well, why'd you pick that person over me? And that person has more money or whatever. And then the next client, I have absolutely done the same thing. I've handed it off to another agent in the office who handles the writing process, handles the writing of the offer. Only one is going to get it, right? So only one person in the end is going to get it. So if you can hand off that second or third buyer to someone else in the office to do the writing process, writing of the offer, and then you're going to pay that person, and we'll come back to the fact that you have Kiri, but you're going to pay that person for helping you, like a referral fee or something like that, because if their offer is the one that gets accepted, you're going to step back in and take over, and you're going to finish, and you're going to get paid on it, but you want to thank and reward the other agent for helping you. So in your situation, you've got Kiri, so you don't necessarily have to pay a referral fee, but that's exactly what you want to do, is you want to separate. But because you guys are married, you got to make sure your clients are comfortable that you truly are separating. And so ethically, you need to have that conversation with them. You need to explain, we work, and that's why we have that representation of more than one client paperwork, because sometimes we are representing more than one client, and our office absolutely is representing more than one client. We have many, many, many clients in this office because we have so many agents. So that's why we have that paperwork, so that we're being very clear and saying, sometimes I have more than one client and we have limited inventory. So you've got to have those conversations and let them know, and let them know that another agent in the office is going to step in. If they ask if it's your wife, then you need to let them know that. Be honest. Okay. Does that help? Now the other thing, and obviously Mark isn't with us today, but he's our broker. So if you want to double check with him and see if he has any more advice, you can certainly do that as well. I only say that because honestly, guys, I'm not the broker. I have years of experience and I've worked through tons and tons of scenarios, but I always get nervous when I answer broker questions because I'm not the broker. I'm frankly, I don't want to be the broker. There's a reason I've never gotten my broker's license, because I don't want that extra responsibility. It just makes me nervous, and probably I would be just a fine broker, but I'm glad it's Mark and not me. So.
Well, we actually spoke to Mark, and that was basically the same answer. So you're great.
That's what I said. I'm usually pretty good at my answers, but I get really nervous about it because I've, my 21 years, I've had to give one file over to an attorney. And I had another time where I got a representative from an attorney's office came to ask me some questions because the family was suing each other and over this property, and I was the agent. And so I never got served or anything. I never had to go to court for that one, but I did have someone stop in and ask me a couple of questions. And then, like I said, I had one time where I had to give a file over, and honestly, it was so long ago, I can't even remember what the scenario. No, take that back 2 times. one time I had to give a file over, the attorneys handled it, and nothing ever came of it. Another time I had a buyer. Do you guys want to hear these stories? Is this fun or no? Or do you not care? This is my second to third year in the business. I had buyers that were, oh, they were just horrible. But I was new in the business, and so I was eager and excited for every single client that I worked with. And so here's an example. They would fight with each other all the time. That's just how they communicated. And it really got me, like, it stressed me out so bad until I realized that was just how they communicated. And so I would start laughing at them, you know, because they just like yelled at each other and they swore at each other. And we'd walk into a place, and the wife's name happened to be Lori, and she would go to the fridge and grab a Coke and stick $1 in the fridge. And I was like, Lori, what are you doing? You can't do that. Oh my gosh, they were so awful. Anyway, I'll come back to the story, but in the years later, as they were trying to sell the property, I refused to work with them because I didn't want to work with them again. They were, and they went through, like, I handed them off to another realtor. I don't know, they went through like 3 or 4 realtors by the time they got their property sold. But so they found the property that they absolutely wanted, had to have it. We wrote an offer. Okay, so the other part of this is they were devout Christians, at least that's what they said. And so we wrote an offer on this property. We got accepted. We got into contract, and they wanted to go see it again. And so we went back and we saw it again, and the owners happened to be there, who were also very Christian. And so we're literally standing in this big, huge kitchen, everybody holding hands and praying over this transaction and this property, and, you know, exchanging hands and it going well, and everybody's loving each other and talking about the churches they go to, and yay. And like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days later, this is when I'm still with my first office I was with. That company was called Network Alliance Real Estate. And I was in contract with an agent from Coldwell Banker. And that agent that I was in contract with happened to be the owner of Coldwell Banker. He was the owner, broker, whatever. Well, he calls me a couple days later and he says, the sellers have changed their mind. They don't want to sell. We can't find them anything. They're freaking out, so they don't want to sell. So we want to cancel. Well, you guys know that there's a form that's called seller contingent on property sale. So there's a couple forms. Either the buyer has to sell something in order to buy, or if the seller's trying to sell, they can do a form that says, we're not going to go through with this until we find a replacement property. So contingent on replacement property. They didn't fill that form out. They had said in the MLS private comments, seller must find a replacement property, but this owner of Coldwell Banker and broker did not fill the form out that it was contingent upon the seller finding a replacement property. And so he didn't have the right form. And so my buyers actually had a right to keep that property. And so they went from all holding hands and praying and kumbaya to the buyers are like, no, we want that property. And they got an attorney and they fought it. So it wasn't really me. It was a sort of an attorney was involved, but so that was my first time an attorney was involved. And they fought it, and the sellers didn't have a right to keep the property and they had to move out. So it was ugly, but it happened, and we closed escrow, and those buyers lived in that property for many, many years. Guess what happened to the listing agent's commission? Yep, the listing agent coughed up his entire commission. And I think the office helped them find a rental property too. So they coughed up a lot of money because they were the ones at fault. Now, the flip side of that whole story is that the owner of Coldwell Banker, his name was Kip Jackson, he's retired, no longer the owner, was so happy with how professional I was and how I handled, because it was a really rough situation. I mean, attorneys involved, very angry clients, but he was so impressed with how I handled it that they immediately started calling me and saying, we want you on our side, not the other side. We want you to come join Coldwell Banker. So that's how I got recruited to Coldwell Banker. Anyway, that was a fun story. I have lots of stories. I've been bitten by a dog. I got one dog that I couldn't get to my car because the dog wouldn't let me to my car during real estate. Anyway. Okay, but I could tell you stories for an hour. What other scenarios or questions do you guys have? And Kevin, did I answer yours pretty well? Okay. Any other things that are coming up for you guys? Real estate can be really fun, all on how you look at it. Anything? Teresa, I know you're working with a few buyers right now, right?
Yes.
You were just saying to me at the beginning, while people were popping in, that you wrote an offer last week and your client didn't want to listen to your advice on what price to put on the offer.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I did the homework, did the CMAs for sold pending, gave them, a ballpark of where the market was in that area. And she wanted to go, I would say about 70,000 less than what she should have. And
Probably should have gone 70,000 higher, right?
right. And, you can't put the number on the paper for them. So,
Is there
we went
anything
with
you
it.
think you would have done differently next time around when it happens?
I would maybe ask, how much they really want that property.
Yeah.
And, maybe find that out, was this just to see, how the process went, or did they really truly love that property and what they
Yeah.
were willing, if they're willing to lose it for another
Yeah.
couple hundred on their mortgage payment.
Right.
I know that their lifestyle, they love to travel and they've always been renters, and that was a hard thing for them, was to maybe give up some of their vacations throughout the year.
So
So
maybe, are they not in the right price range then? Maybe they need to go lower in price range?
well, so they were pre-qualified for up to 900. So, they were pre-approved for that amount, but the market in Hayward where we were looking, the house is listed at 699, and I know they did that to get a lot of eyes on it.
Yeah.
And so
Which is also frustrating because that's not an accurate price. What do you think it should have been listed at?
I think it should have been at least listed for 750.
Okay.
And a lot, they listed it way low.
Yeah. So, and how do you know how many days before it closes? Is it a full 30 days or is it less?
I don't know.
The reason I'm asking is keep an eye on it, because what you want to do is you want to be able to show your buyers what it actually sold for.
Right. And I asked the listing agent where we placed, and she said it was mid bottom.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what did you, so it was listed at 699 and what did they offer?
They offered 760.
Okay. Well, okay.
Had it been
So
priced right, that would have been,
I'm guessing it went into the 8s.
it did. Absolutely. And that's what all the comps said. And,
Yeah. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's frustrating. I think there's some ethics involved in that. There was somebody who got in trouble a couple of years ago for the last time, I think it was like 2012, 2013, when we were hitting a spike again after the mortgage meltdown. Everything was really spiking at that time. And there was this one agent that would price things super low for that same reason. It was just to get as many people in, and it would go, hundreds of thousands over. And there were some complaints about that agent not being ethical with, representing a property the way you're ethically supposed to. So we could sit here and talk about whether that's ethical or not, but it is frustrating.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think you're right though, Teresa. I think you did all the right things. You showed them the comps. You explained to them that they priced it really low to get a bunch of offers, which they did. And then
Right.
it's going to go based on where the comps are. You know, market value is what a buyer is willing to pay for a property. And the market
Right.
value is in the comps. So you're showing what buyers are willing to pay. And then really is, you know, I know that this particular buyer also has a family member with some medical issues, which are stressing them out right now. But it really comes down to, do you guys really want to play to win? Or you just want to keep writing offers and lose, you know?
Right. And that in itself is stressful, right?
Yeah. So and then sometimes I know as many buyers as I've represented, sometimes the first time around, was this the first offer you wrote for them?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes they have to learn the hard way the first time around. They just do. So,
Right.
but at least they did write it over asking.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. It's all about, you guys, so much of this is psychological for our clients. And I mentioned when we were talking about the listing presentations, the more you can put pen to paper, the more psychological it becomes for them. And so, Teresa, just the fact, I mean, maybe it wasn't really pen, it was DocuSign, but the more they start signing stuff, the more comfortable they're getting with the process is what I mean.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The more you can get them to start, you know, now did they have to sign disclosures?
Yes.
So now they've signed disclosures, they've signed contracts. And so the next time around, it's just going to feel more comfortable.
Yes. Yes.
It's that repetition, unfortunately.
Right.
Are there other scenarios that you guys have coming up? Other things, other questions? You got me right now for another half hour or so. Do you have any other questions? Okay, I counted to like 10, which is in case, if you're ever in presentations, this is a trick I learned many years ago. To give people time to think, you got to count to it at least 13 is what they say. So usually when I pose, does anybody have any questions? If you only count to like 5, you're not giving people enough time to think. So I counted to like 10 or 11. So I would like to now, and if you think of a question, you have a question, please raise your hand and let me know. I want to make sure that you guys all know where the Ignite materials are and how you get to them. Because I'm only seeing myself right now, I'm seeing a bunch of beautiful pictures. I need you guys to raise your hand if you do not know how to get to Ignite materials quickly, easily. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. And let me pull up, I didn't even pull this up ahead of time. Let me pull this up really quick. Okay. So all of the KWU course materials are located in KW Connect. Whoops, share. So it's very colorful today for Hispanic Heritage Month. That's cool. So I'm in KW Connect right now. I'm just in the main home screen. And by the way, while I'm at it, KW Connect has so much cool stuff in it that I would love to just show you a couple things. So when you see this, yeah, they've got stuff scrolling. They've got these different things right here that are scrolling back and forth. I think there's 5 different pages that are scrolling. But if you go down and just go down, there is so much information all the way down. And so I scrolled really quick just for you guys to see that. This is just all the home page, okay? Without you even going to any of these different tabs. I just want to show you, they're showing the first thing you're seeing here that's scrolling is basically our digital magazine with Upfront, we call it Upfront Magazine. It's different stories that are relevant and current right now. So if I scroll below that, it's showing something that's streaming right now, class that's streaming. Looks like a command class. And then it gives you the different classes for today. And then if you click on Wednesday, it'll give you the classes for tomorrow. And then you scroll below that and it has popular resources. I'm going to come back to this because this is where you have a ton of stuff. And then on-demand trainings, tons of trainings that are just here for you as examples of different things that you might be needing help in, okay? Then some popular videos. There's a ton of videos over here that you can watch. There's a lot of knowledge. Gosh, I'm not even done. I'm going to keep going. Featured content. There's another command training. New in designs. What's new for the different designs you have access to. Mortgage. What's staying on top of what's the latest in mortgage updates. That's really helpful. Talk to your clients about making every dollar count. So there's a thing there that you can use for value proposition. These are all things that help you be smarter at what you're doing. More related articles. These are all training. Okay. 8 practices for strengthening client bonds in a shift. What's the 5 one say? 5 ways to start time blocking today. Oh, that's a good one. 3 expert clash of the closer. Okay. So there's a bunch of articles. I want to go back here to popular on-demand trainings. Was that where I was going? No. Wait. Resources. Okay. Popular resources. There's Market Center update slides. I think that's more for our team meetings. Making Memories, your Q3 personally branded magazine. Keller Mortgage Refi Kit. Enter the KW Red Label Photo Challenge. First time homebuyer seminars. If you guys have ever thought about doing a seminars, this is a kit that you can use to help you do a really great seminar. Now, when you look underneath here, it says more popular resources on Connect. And there's these client communication kits available to you with a ton of different topics. Are you guys okay if I click on that? I need a little bit of communication from you. I would love to show you these really quick. You guys okay with that? Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Teresa. I'm going to click on client communication kits. And does it say search results right there for you? Did my screen switch? It says search results. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I scroll down, there's Keller Mortgage Refi Kit, Keller Mortgage Refi. There's 2 different kits for that. It looks like they have 2 different ones. Client communication kit, agent branded magazine. That's where you can create your own magazine, like a digital magazine to send to your clients as about an item of value. Client communication kit made for shade. Client communication kit, multiple offers. Hey, Teresa, there's a good one. Client communication kit, sellers wanted. Do we all want more listings right now? So let's go on that one. When I click on this, I'm going to click on the sellers wanted one. Does it now say client communication kit sellers wanted? Okay, so I'm going to scroll down here and I'm just going to click download now. Now, when I download it, may not switch for you guys. Oh, it's doing a zip file and it's going to open it. So I'm going to open this zip file. Does it say read me right here? Okay, hold on. Now I got to stop sharing and reshare for you guys. Let me see if I can get it to share that. Okay, can you see where it says read me? No? Right here? Okay, so this is what opens when you download the file and you open the zip file. There's a seller's wanted picture. It's a PNG file. And then there's this listing campaign client here. The whole thing says listing campaign client communication kit sellers wanted. So when I open, this is a Word document. When I open this, does it say, is the Word document, does it say sellers wanted for you guys? Okay, I got to reshare again. Hold on. That's the one thing about Zoom. Sometimes it doesn't go with you. So I've now opened the Word document and here it says sellers wanted instructions. Right now, housing inventory across the country is historically low, and agents are finding creative ways to get new listings. To help you fill your portfolio with properties, we put together a collection of timely client-facing marketing assets to find any potential seller in your sphere. Copy and customize. So here's what's in here. An email that you can use, a calling script, a texting script, a social post campaign, and design social graphic templates. So you scroll through here, and here's the email that you can copy and paste. They've already written it for you. Don't be a wordsmith. Fiddle with it just a little bit and then send it. The most important thing is sending it, not wordsmithing it. The fact that you're sending something is what's most important. Then it has the calling script. So you follow up with a phone call to your client, to your database, then a text to follow up with a text message. What? And then here's a social post. Now, this one doesn't necessarily work so well for us because they're doing the US prices, median home price for 2020, but there's probably some updated ones that you can find inside of Command Designs. But look, this one you can create on your own. Okay, you can put the prices in this one, and then that can be a social post for you. If you go inside of this, will take you to Command, where you can, in Command Designs, you can put your picture and your info, and you can change the pricing in it. So it's a whole kit that's been created for you that it's done the work for you. All you got to do go in and fiddle with a little bit, and it's there for you. Okay. They have so much stuff inside of KW Connect that's made there for you to make your job easier. And so I just wanted to share that with you. And shoot, Karen is just joining us, and she asked questions about seller stuff yesterday, and she just missed that whole seller thing. So hey Karen.
Hello, Laura. Hi,
I just went over something super cool inside KW Connect for you to get more listings, and you're going to have to listen to the recording of this class to get there, because now I'm going to move on. So because you were asking questions about how to get more listings in your business yesterday during Millionaire Real Estate Agent Book Club. Okay, I'm going to go back into KW Connect again and show you how to get to the Ignite materials. So here we go. I'm inside KW Connect. Your KW Connect login is the same login for everything. It's your Command login, your Connect login, everything's the same login. So I'm in Connect, and you're going to have two options here. You have the option to hover over training, or the option to hover over resources. Either one. Training, there's KWU, or resources, there's KWU. So either one, you click KWU. All right, does it now say Keller Williams University right here for you guys? Someone let me know. Right there, does it say Keller Williams University, Kevin?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I couldn't see you. Over here to the right, it says Ignite 2.0. Ignore the fact that it says lab. I'm not sure why they haven't taken that word off. This is where all your Ignite materials are, Ignite 2.0. So you're going to click on that, Ignite 2.0, and it's going to take you to Ignite 2.0. And if you scroll, does it say Ignite 2.0 lab right there? Okay, you're going to scroll down, and right here it says participant resources. See, that's you guys. The facilitators are going to click there. You're going to click here. You're going to click on participant resources, and that's it right there, you guys. It's everything you need for the entire month of Ignite right here. So Ignite is in two parts. The first part is called Spark. The second part is called Elemental. Spark is meant for brand new agents to learn all your basic fundamental skills in real estate. And then Elementals is also the fundamental skills geared more towards any agent who feels like they need a brush up on their fundamental real estate skills. So we encourage really, unless you're teaching Ignite, you still need to take Ignite. If you're so good at one of these topics that you could teach it, great, we want you teaching it. And if you're not good enough to teach one of these topics, that means you need to be a student in that classroom, okay? So all of your little workbooks, you click on Fuel Your Career, and a PDF is going to come up, and you can either print that PDF or save it in an Ignite folder on your computer. And then you'll have all the PDFs for all the classes. Now, if you're curious, I'm going to go back. If you want to click on Facilitator Resources, does it say Facilitator right here, Kevin? You can click on that. And the one thing you'll see is that if there's videos, for like, I'm teaching this class next Tuesday, lead generation is the core of your business, because that happens to be a topic I'm really good at. Well, there's the video for that class. So if you're curious about some of the videos, they don't all have videos. There's only, it looks like only a few actually. Maybe just my class has a video. How about that? there's what their stuff is. And the PowerPoint presentations go along. And your guide is there too. If you just click on this, it's the same guide. The participant guide is right there. Okay. Oh, one more thing. I got to go back. I almost forgot a really important, let me go back. Is it say participant resources right here? Okay, I'm going to click on that one more time. The other super, super important thing is we have this thing called an Ignite Toolkit. And it's 30 or 40 pages of supplemental information that goes along with each topic. There's so much good information in that toolkit, you guys. Don't forget to download it and read through it. In fact, I'm going to open it for you guys right now so you can see. Is it opening? I want to show you what's in this toolkit. What's going on? Let me see. Let's try it. Let's close that one. Toolkit, are you opening for me? I cannot tell if it's just opening in another window and it's not showing me. Hold on, let me click down on my, let's close that. That might be why. Okay, this was the other thing that I opened. Hold on, let me close that. And let me go back and see if I can get it to open again now. Well, okay. I hope it opens for you guys. I'm going to share with you from another, from my Ignite 2.0 folder, the toolkit. Okay. I need to, let me stop share and reshare so that you guys see where I'm at here. Hi, Rachana.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, I'm good. How are you? Okay, let me just, I want to show you guys the Ignite Toolkit. So I have this saved in a folder that says Ignite Toolkit. Look at all the stuff in here, you guys. 66-day calendar challenge, 411 template, buyer lead sheet, checklist for reviewing an offer, checklist for preparing an offer, checklist for writing an offer, cover letter template, daily 10-4, Ignite Elemental Scripts book, Ignite Spark Scripts book, open house job aid, open house safety tips, open house sign-in sheet, pre-listing preparation, pre-listing questionnaire, previewing homes job aid, referrals in the lead gen model, resource job aid, and walkthrough room survey. Look at all of these resources available for you in the toolkit. And these resources are talked about in the different sections of the Ignite classes. So you don't want to miss out on the toolkit. So you want to download the whole thing. And I'm not sure why it wasn't downloading for me today. I think it probably was something more to do with my computer. But if you're having troubles with it downloading, just email me because I think I have it saved in a shared folder somewhere that I can get it to you that way. It's a little bit big, so I want to send it to you in a zip folder. Okay. All right. Do you guys, all right. So I'm going to walk you through it one more time just to make sure you know how to get to, so let's just go back to my KW. And
can I ask like a tangent question? So you had the sign-in sheet for the open house. Do you still use sign-in sheets or do you have something more electronic these days?
I have not done an open house in many years, but I highly recommend something more electronic.
Okay. Okay.
The other thing though is, I mean, you know, with COVID right now, whatever feels the safest for people, if they want to use their own pen and sign in on a sheet versus touching a screen that they know many other people have touched, just whatever. But the most important thing is that you want people to sign in. And why do you want people to sign in? There's a couple reasons for it.
Right.
What are those?
One, to keep track of how many groups came for open house, and other is if they are putting their number, we can use it for, you know, as a lead to call them. But the thing is that, Laura, I have noticed that when I do open house, not everyone like when you are asking for, writing their information. So these days I have stopped doing it, because
How
when
do
I
you,
for open houses for like at few homes, they are not asking. There is no sign and all.
okay.
So during COVID days, it
Roxana,
was.
how are you asking? Can you role play it with me? Let's say I'm a buyer walking into your open house. How do you
Yeah.
ask me?
Yeah, so when I started open house, it was like those COVID days, and we had that form, COVID form. So I used to say that these are the guidelines from county because of COVID. So can you please put your name, information, and then I also add that because the open house is so busy, it helps me keeping the track of how many groups came with agent, without agent, and those kind of information.
Can I role play with you how I would do it?
Sure.
Hi, welcome to my open house today. I'm so glad that you came. My seller has requested that I keep track of everybody who's entering the property for safety reasons. So I'm just asking you to quickly sign in.
I see. Okay. I
And
didn't
then
do that.
you hand it over, and I have a pen here for you that I have just sanitized, unless you would like to use your own pen.
I see. Okay. I didn't say that, I didn't knew that I should put seller as, I knew that COVID guidelines, but now people are like, okay, where is COVID? Like,
Yeah, and I actually don't mean for COVID reasons. I mean, because the seller wants to know who's inside their house in case
Mhm.
later something gets stolen or whatever. So for safety reasons, the seller has asked that I have everybody sign in so that they know who's been inside their home. So we appreciate
see.
that you sign in.
So it just name and sign.
Yeah, well, I mean, my sign-in sheet had name, phone number, email address, and maybe reason for visiting, like, are you a buyer or a seller potential?
see.
But it doesn't mean they're going to fill that all in. And
Yeah.
it also doesn't mean they're going to fill it in honestly. So
Yeah.
then for you, when you're following up with people afterwards, it makes it really easy. The people who have honestly signed in are the ones you're going to more easily be able to follow up with, and the people who have lied to you, you're going to delete anyway. So it becomes a screening process for you. I definitely agree that the digital open house tools that you have now, where you have your iPad or whatever pad you have, and they have those different open house apps that you can get people to sign, are great, because then you've captured their information and it's easier to follow up with them. And we know that not everybody is going to give you honest information. We know that. That's why when I teach about lead conversion from an open house or an online lead, I talk about it being a quick conversion, because you're going to quickly find out who's lied to you and you're going to delete them. And the goal is to convert those people who have told you the truth into hopefully a buyer or a seller for you. It's not foolproof though, so you just do the best you can. Okay.
Got it.
And Roxana, just to take that a step, and Kevin and everybody else to take that a step further, I always set a goal for my open houses. If I'm going to spend let's say a whole Saturday doing an open house, because I've got time before that, maybe I'm door knocking some of the doors around the open house to invite the neighbors to come, I'm putting my signs out, I'm, preparing all of my information so that I do a very professional open house. I'm going to spend a whole Saturday doing that, then I want to get something good out of it. I want to get some buyer or seller leads out of it. Actually, I want to get seller leads first, then buyer leads. And so I always set a goal for myself of, okay, I'm guessing there's going to be at least 20 people that are going to go through this open house. My goal is to connect with 5 that I actually have a really good connection with, that I get their information so that I can follow up with them and do a buyer presentation or a listing presentation with them afterwards. So set a goal for yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So just very quickly, I'm just going to show you guys one more time to make sure you know how to get to these Ignite materials. You go to either training or resources and you click on KWU, Keller Williams University. Okay. You click on that. And then over here on the right, it says Ignite 2.0. Just click on this and you get to Ignite 2.0 and you scroll down and you go to participant resources, and it's all right there for you. And then you can download those classes. Some people go here to materials. It's very confusing if you click on it that way. Don't do it that way. They're not in order. It's super confusing. Just click on the red participant resources tab and they'll all be right there for you. And then you can save those PDFs in a folder on your computer and you have them for the future as well. And then again, I'm going to click on it really quick here. Don't forget to download the Ignite Toolkit with all those extra resources in it. Okay, did I do that too fast? Does anybody not know how to get there?
Laura, I got a quick question. I followed your instruction. I think it's very useful. Nobody told me that I can find this link on the Keller Williams University, but actually, I'm not sure if it is my browser's problem. When I click
What browser are you in?
Chrome.
Okay,
So
that's good.
yeah, when I click Ignite Toolkit, I want to download the thing you mentioned, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the website is updated or there's nothing happening. Like there's nothing.
I'm frustrated about that because I couldn't get it. Well, let me try one more time. Hold on, because I think I have. Let me see if it'll download for me. It's not
Thank
downloading for me either. So I'm going to report that to them. But hold on, because I think I have. Hold on, just bear with me for a sec. Let me go to my drive because I might have a link that I can share with you guys really quick. So hang on.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, maybe I
Hold
can.
on, I'm not there yet. Don't thank me yet, but I might have a link I can drop right in the chat for you. So hang on, I'm looking. I'm actually sneaking back into the gateway, my old gateway stuff. Where I may not have it anymore. Here we go. Classes and events. Ignite 2.0 Toolkit. All right. I thought I had this. Oh, I know where I had it. Hold on. Share with me. Share student resources. I thought I had this saved as a zip folder. Well, I'll tell you what I do. Wait, I wonder if I can share. Do you guys know, can I share a zip folder in the chat? Let me try it. My computer. Hey, bear with me, you guys, because I'm being really sneaky here. This PC, drive, my drive.
Zip folder will be very big. Maybe.
Well, let's try it. If not, I can email it to you, but hold on, let me see, because I'm almost there. Okay, let's see if it works. And if not, I've got all of your names written down and I will email it to you afterwards. Yeah, it's pretty big, Karen. So, oh, here it goes. It's loading. It's,
No worries. Yeah.
well, while that's loading, we'll see if it's working that you guys can grab it. If not, like I said, I'll email it to you. Do you guys have any last final questions for this round of TransactionOne?
No, thank you, Laura.
Just a reminder, we do our best to record these classes. And so you can check, I think you can check our YouTube channel, Keller Williams Santa Clara Valley, and also check with Olivia. I know there's been one or two that have not been recorded either for privacy reasons or because sadly we forgot. So we do our best to record them so that you can go back and watch them. Ignite is being taught, the class content is being taught at 9 a.m. Monday through Friday in October. So 9 to 10 is your class content. And then 10 to 12 is your homework time. There's homework in Ignite. We want you doing your homework to be the best agent you can be, okay? So block that out in your calendar, take a look at the topics. I know we've been sending you emails and it's in our Facebook group about what the Ignite topics are. Take a look and definitely attend. If you're brand new, you should be attending all of them. And then, yeah, this is taking way too long to load, so I'm going to email it to all of you guys. Okay?
Laura, I also need one thing from MLS when we pull, what is that, comps. So if I put like sold date, listing date, nothing comes up. So I need to remove all the criteria and then just put the address and distance, and then only it comes. So I think
Do
there
you
is
want me to show
something.
you how I do it, Roxana?
Yes, yeah, yes,
Okay.
please, yeah.
If this is something you guys want me to do really quick, I can do that. So let me just get to, okay. Let me just share my screen. This is how I do it. I think you might just be putting it in incorrectly. So I'll do active, and then if you hold the shift key down through sold, they're all highlighted here, right? And let's just say we want single family comps, and we want the comps from June through now. I'll do 06//01/2021 plus. Where's the plus sign? So that's how you fill that part in. Okay.
Ah, okay.
And
I was
then
missing plus sign.
let's say I want 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 plus, and then it needs to have a minimum of 1,500 square feet. I'll put that in. And then let's just say that I'm searching, I'm just going to grab it really quick because it's right here. I'm just searching Santa Teresa. Okay. That's pretty. And then I also know that I'm looking in a price range of 900. Let's just do 900 to 1.5, like that.
Yeah. I got it now, Laura. I
Okay.
got it. I was
So you
missing,
have to
the
put
plus
this
sign.
part in for it to load correctly. So you'll see down here, there's 17 matches.
Yeah.
And then because I put a plus sign, that's really important. It's gonna, if I go to results, it's gonna show me that there's one active. And let me go to 25 here. It's got one, it gives me the actives and the pendings because these have not closed yet, as well as all the solds. So you got to put that plus sign in. So when you do your criteria, that plus sign is really important.
So how far back do you go, Laura?
Well, what is it? It's September. I mean, so an appraiser really only goes back about 3 months. It depends. If I'm not pulling up enough, I might go back like 5 months or something, or maybe the whole year. I might go all the way to January. It just sort of depends on what I'm trying to find. But an appraiser tries to find comps within a 3-month time period. So June, July, August. So I typically, the reason I picked June was it was the beginning of the summer. What was your thought on that, Teresa?
Oh, I like our other associate mentioned, sometimes I'll just do like, the last 30 days or a little further than that if nothing comes up, and then I'll extend the the parameters by a half a mile or something like that.
And then, your square footage you can fiddle with, your bedroom, bathroom count you can fiddle a little bit with, or the list price. I mean, I could have done 1.5. The other way I could have done this was 1.5 or less. I could have put a minus sign right here. And that pulled up, looks like the same amount maybe. Let's see, hold on. Did it? Yeah, still 17. But for me, it depends. Like if I go back 3 months and it's way too much, then I might go to 2 months. But I also am thinking in my head, well, our market has remained pretty steady for the last 3 months. So 3 months of data is what an appraiser would be using as well.
Okay, thank you.
That's just my, again, you guys are going to fiddle with it to get what you need to, how many matches you need to pull up.
So
Okay?
what's the difference between COE, close of escrow date, and sale date? I know, are they the same, that the day you close on escrow is the date that you sell the property?
It should be. I'm trying to remember the reason why I always use close of escrow date. If you use sale date, I don't think you get list date. I don't think you get actives in there. But if I do close of escrow and I do June till the plus sign means through today, then I'll get actives. If I only do sale date, I'm not going to get any actives. And what I'm trying to get here is active, contingent, pending, and sold so that I can run comps. I mean, technically you can run active all the way through canceled to see if there's been any canceled or expireds as well. But if you're putting that as sale date, you're only going to get what's sold. I can try it. 06 /01 /2021 plus, remove this one. Let's see what happens. So now it's showing me 13 matches down here. Oh, I don't know what the difference in that one is. I don't know. All I know is I use close of escrow date and it's been much more accurate for me. That's the best answer I can give you. You can fiddle with it and figure out which one makes more sense. Does anybody else have an answer to that question? Okay, I've always used close of escrow. If you take an MLS class, you could ask that question, Karen, and ask them.
Yeah, I'm always confused. That's why I just try different way to see how many results I get. So, got it.
I've always found that close of escrow date gives me the most accurate results, which is why I've always used that one.
When you say
List-
accurate,
List date's not going to give you any closings. I know that for sure. But sale date, like I said, I only got 13 matches there versus what I got here was more matches. Hold on. Oh, that's totally off. 6 and then 1. I get rid of this one. I got 17 out of that. So there were more results. For some reason, I'm not, probably, it might have to do with the more pendings. Maybe the pendings showed up.
Yeah.
Because let's see, maybe it was pendings. Hold on, let me go back here. Now you got me wondering. 06-01-2021 plus. Maybe the pendings didn't show up because they haven't sold yet. I'm not sure. Results 13. No, they're there. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. Sorry.
No worries. Yeah, I will figure it out.
Oh, I do know what the difference is. These aren't showing anything prior to June. So this close of escrow date is just saying it closed escrow from June 1st forward, but it has nothing to do with like something that went into escrow before June 1st, I think might be the difference. I think that's the difference. I think it cuts off anything prior to June. So what I mean is it could have gone into contract May 15th and closed after June 1st, and you're not going to get that in here because you're saying it went into contract as of June 1st. The sale date is the date it goes into contract. It's the pending date. Does that make sense? So it eliminated anything that went into contract in May, but closed after June 1st. It eliminated all of those. You guys follow me? It's like dead silent, so I don't know if you
Yes.
follow me. Okay, so that's for me. It's up to you on which one you want to use. The ones that showed up on close of escrow date, that there was 6 more, it means they went into contract in May, but closed after June 1st. That's the difference. Okay. Ha, figured it out. All right, that's it, you guys. I have another meeting starting right now. Everybody have a great rest of your day.
Thank you,
Reach
Laura.
out if you have any questions, and I promise I will email all of you the toolkit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.